Hey there, everybody. Do not adjust your screen. That is I, David Mason, here with the OTPH show. Tonight we're coming live because it's a new year, so Happy New Year to all of us. Thank God this one's over. Thank God this year is over. Everybody, this has been a shit show of a year, and I'm not just talking about the news headlines. I'm talking about everywhere in the world and this year in general. 2024 will be forever known in my mind as the year to forget. So, guys, I'm happy to be back here. I'm happy to be on. There are going to be some changes coming up soon. I will come on and announce them when they become finalized and we know what we're running. Uh, there's a lot of cool stuff going on behind the scenes. So, without further ado, guys, I'm not going to keep yapping. I'm going to get right into it, guys. It is time for some handy news. Look at it. I'm going with the news, guys. I'm actually somewhat organized tonight, so don't be too surprised. All right. Get stupid shit rolling everywhere. All right, let's first start out with the German government condemned New Year's Eve violence after hundreds of arrests. In Berlin, the government yesterday on Wednesday condemned a series of incidents on New Year's Eve, which police officers and firefighters were attacked and injured, mostly with fireworks. Revelers across the country traditionally ring in the New Year by setting off large numbers of fireworks in public places. But the latest celebrations were marred by the use of fireworks against emergency officials. In Berlin, 30 police officers and one firefighter were injured in confrontations or attacks during New Year's Eve, leading to 400 arrests. Hundreds of police officers from across the country were deployed to the capital to help prevent further violence. 5 people were killed and hundreds injured across the country after being hit accidentally by fireworks. Explosions of very strong illegal fireworks in Berlin also caused extensive damage in 2 Berlin neighborhoods and injured numerous people, some of them seriously. According to the city fire department, powerful detonations severely damaged numerous house facades and broke many windows. So even the Germans can't get the New Year right, apparently. Yeah, here we go. And that's the sad truth, guys. New Year's is a time for all of us to reflect on the old and move on with the new. And that's not how it goes. A lot of people take it as a chance to do a little bit of rioting, a little bit of bullshit, and we're going to cover another news story very shortly in regards to that, and really celebrate the New Year's. Do what I did. I went over a friend's house. I had one margarita the whole night. We sat there. We played video games. We hung out till about 9. Came home, put the kids to bed, called it a night. But here we go. So yeah, even in Germany of all places, Germany. Come on, guys. Haven't you learned your lesson? All right, and then and we covered that one last week. Some news broke here in America where I got very upset because number one, listen, and I'm going to say this that this David, yo, enough said, yo, that'll work, yo. Anyways, so as I was saying, I'm a huge proponent of police and law enforcement and correction need to be doing their job, doing it right, taking care of the prisoner. Violence only needs to be done when and if someone actually does something that requires it. A New York prison where a man was beaten by correctional officers and then died and got a new superintendent, Governor Kathy Hochul announced Monday after visiting the facility. Body camera video had been released days earlier showing police officers punching Robert Brooks when he was handcuffed on a medical examination table at Marcy Correctional Facility. He was pronounced dead the following morning. The governor has already moved to terminate 13 officers and a nurse implicated in the attack and the incarcerated man. State Attorney General Letitia James is investigating the officer's use of force. The FBI and U.S. Department of Justice are also reviewing the death, but declined to comment further. The system failed, Mr. Brooks. Absolutely. And that was said by Governor Hochul. And absolutely, the system failed. And this is one of those nights where I wish Scott was on with me because he could break down. Because unless that man had started an altercation where he had his hands freed and could defend himself, maybe I would start debating with you as to whether or not it was justified. The fact that the man was handcuffed and was put on a table and was so severely beaten that he died due to his injuries, I hope those 13 are arrested and charged with his murder as well, because there's no place for that in any organized justice system. The man was already incarcerated. Whatever he did, who knows? I cannot at all say anything. I didn't see it. Uh, Shawanga Correctional Facility Superintendent Bonnie Thorpe would be named the new superintendent of Marcy Correctional Facility. Thorpe has more than 2 decades of experience in correction, but has never served at Marcy. Giving, um, but yeah, so she would add staffers to the State Corrections Department's Special Investigation Office to handle complaints and direct the agency to hire outside the firm to review the culture, pattern, and practices. As she said today, I stood in a room where Robert Brooks was killed, and I was once again heartbroken by this unnecessary loss of life, and further sickened to think that the actions of the depraved individuals with no regard for his human life. Mr. Brooks and his family did not deserve this. They were punching him in the face, groin, and body while he was handcuffed and sitting on a medical table. At one point, an officer picked him up by his neck and drops him on the table. The final results of Brooks's autopsy are still pending. Preliminary findings from a medical examination indicate concern for asphyxia due to compression of the neck as the cause of death, as well as being due to action of another. Brooks was serving a 12-year prison sentence for first-degree assault since 2017. He arrived at the Marcy Correctional Facility hours before the beating, after being transferred from another state prison. But again, it still is not acceptable at all. There's no part of that was acceptable in the least. And I am mortified that in our correctional facility and the way that we handle ourselves here in this country, that is an abomination of justice. And I sure hope the people involved are going to be going right back to that jail. And I would put them in that jail so the inmates can have their shot at them. Because you know, when it's a fair fight, you might not win that one. But that's just me. And finally, the last story I'm going to cover is the biggest news out of their Islamic State inspired driver expressed desire to kill before a deadly New Orleans rampage. U.S. Army veteran driving a pickup that bore the flag of the ISIS group wrought carnage on a New Orleans raucous New Year celebration, killing at least 15 people as he steered around a police blockade and slammed into revelry before being shot by police. The FBI said it's investigating the attack as a terrorist act and does not believe the driver acted alone. Investigators found guns and what appeared to be an improvised explosive device in the vehicle, along with the other devices elsewhere in the city's famed French Quarter. I'm not naming a person because, quite honestly, I don't give a fuck who you are. You want to take people out, give them a fair chance to take you out too. If you are badly willing to do that and you are willing to end somebody's life because you want to put yourself out there and say, I believe in down to the blah, blah, blah. No. Because what you've done is all you're doing when you commit an act like that is you're showing absolute cowardice. An 18-year-old Zion Parsons, the Gulfport, Mississippi side, saw the truck barreling through, throwing people like a movie scene, throwing people into the air. Bodies all up and down the street, everybody screaming and hollering, said Parsons, whose friend Nika Dideau, or Nakira Dideau, was among the people killed. This is not just an act of terrorism, this is evil, New Orleans Police Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick said. The driver defeated safety measures in place to protect the pedestrian, Kirkpatrick said, and was hell-bent on creating the carnage and damage that he did. Again, I am not naming the driver, but they're from Texas and said it's working to determine the association with terrorist organization. They found multiple explosive devices, including 2 pipe bombs that were concealed within coolers and wired for remote detonation. But you know, the sad truth is there is enough hate out there to fuel forever, and that really bothers the shit out of me because, guys, you know, as I always say, you know, the fanaticism that we got going on right now that seems to be the big problem. But in this case, this is religious fanaticism for whatever your religious belief is. Look, your God, no matter who it is, if they're holy and just, They don't ask you to kill in their name. They don't. It just doesn't work like that. But here we are, and so it bothered me. It digs deep because I don't even care that they canceled a football game. That becomes meaningless in the grand scheme that 15 families had their lives uprooted and destroyed because of one person's action and their hatred for whatever they believed was their justifying cause. You have no cause if you decide to go after the innocent and don't give them a chance to fight back while you are doing what you're doing. Screw it. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve because your cause is not just. If I'm saying, hey, I gotta go kill this person, I'm gonna go stand there and go, you know what? I want to give them a fighting chance. If I'm gonna take them out, I'm gonna take them out while they're fighting. We don't do that anymore. And the sad truth is that the heart and the soul that these people put into their cause is not really heart and soul. They are brainwashed, much like political fanaticism. They're brainwashed to believe that the idea of A or B is right, and that death to those who disagree with them is the only option. That's not that. That's fanaticism. That absolute stupidity and fanaticism. Pretty much all I'm going to say on that. But hey, guys, I just want to take time to thank you all for watching, subscribing, and following everything we do here at the OTPH Show. You guys are what keep the lights on and what makes the show worth making better and better. Without you guys, I'm just talking to myself. Not that I don't do that, but it be me talking to myself online. Thanks for making the show what it is. You guys rock. Well, enough of the ass kissing. It's time to trudge on and take this thrill ride a little farther than what we had before. Let's go with 2024, the year to forget. In 2024, due to a close, I'm reminded of so much turmoil, violence, bullshit, and it's hard to classify it in just one day. But we got to talk about the wars in Ukraine, Syria, Iran, Israel, Gaza, Myanmar, and Sudan, to name a few. The wars in Gaza and Ukraine were funded, well, by us. Syria, we helped, and Iran, we helped the rebels overthrow the government, thus proving we just need to stay out of shit. We also have to mention the Paris Olympics, where the athletes got to sleep on Amazon boxes and a female boxer was beaten severely by the person who failed hormone or whatever test previously. We also lost Shannon Doherty, Maggie Smith, James Earl Jones, Toby Keith, Shelley Duvall, Donald Sutherland, Dr. Ruth, Liam Payne, well, he went in one direction, Quincy Jones, Chris Christopherson, Jimmy Carter, Willie Mays, and Greg Gumbel, to name a few. We also saw inflation, attempted assassinations of Donald Trump, court cases that were flawed without fact just to squelch a political rival. We saw Joe Biden drop out and Donald Trump hand Kamala Harris a resounding defeat in the polls. Let's not get started on the illegal immigration. To say this year sucked is an understatement. We're more divided than before. We're moving backwards. Is Trump the answer? I'm not sure. Is he a stopgap and hopefully get the finances turned around? Hell yeah. I say that the turmoil is 50% politics and 50% political fanaticism. It's embarrassing how bad this year is bad. This country's going to hell. We're probably already there. Hey, Red, Happy New Year, buddy. Nice to see you. There's going to be some news coming out within the next couple days, hopefully. We're going to finalize some stuff behind the scenes and maybe breaking some news by the end of the weekend. But yeah, the country has just gone to shit. Not only can nobody afford anything anymore, not only can we not be happy with the fact that, our country is ran by people who don't care about us, and they want to talk a great little conversation with themselves about how they care about us and how important we are to them and all this other bullshit, and then they turn around and, yeah, no. Oh, God, yeah. Red, there's way too much. I had to narrow it down just to keep it going for a little bit. But I'm talking about that New Orleans one. And I'm sickened by shit like that. It drives me nuts. You give people who have nothing to do with your ideology the blame for not believing in what you believe in a country where you don't have to believe what other people believe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go rent a truck because you're a pussy. Well, in fact, doesn't matter. you're a puss and decide that you're going to take out whomever you can and you're going to go down in a blaze of glory, those infidels will pay. That's not how it should work ever. That's definitely not how this should ever go. The fact that 15 people and multiple injuries are going to be affected for the rest of their lives, or they lost their lives, doesn't make you a hero in any religion. I hope when you get to the pearly gates of whatever religion you believe in, they just look at you and laugh and push the button, sending you straight to hell where you belong. Nobody should ever be in a position to where they go to a party and don't go home. And that also includes drunk driving. You should always be able to enjoy yourself. This is humanity. This is America. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave. And holy shit, we got too many illegal immigrants. I am waiting for the day Trump takes office and we start seeing people go and the mass deportations start happening. Now, again, do I believe that Donald Trump is going to be the hero, the pill that cures everything overnight? No. There's too much damage to be fixed overnight. We've got to have people willing to work with him to fix this shit. You could talk a good game right now, but until things start happening, all we're doing is just talking to ourselves. The world has become a shit show. Everywhere you turn, wars and conflict, and we need to remember the words of Mr. Rodney King and Reginald Denny when they're like, can't we all just get along? I mean, seriously, can we just get along? I don't have to believe in your religion as much as you don't have to believe in mine. I don't have to take your political point of view as much as you don't have to take mine. That is the beauty of humanity. We are all unique individuals with our own unique set of mindsets. And under no circumstance should I ever be forced to believe what you believe. I should not go out to a party on one of the most famous streets in this entire country in a French Quarter on Bourbon Street and to go enjoy a festive atmosphere to see stuff I may have never seen before, and to think that some jack off in a Ford F-150 Lightning decides, you know what, I'm gonna go mow down people because they don't believe in my God. There's a special place in hell for you, dude. They're waiting on you. To those New York correctional officers, your job is not to beat the fuck out of the inmates. Your job is to make sure they serve their sentences and keep them away from each other when you need to, and be there to be a part of the solution. You became a part of the problem when you beat the fuck out of that guy. He was handcuffed. It takes a lot of real strong people, all 13 of you, to beat the fuck out of a guy who can't defend himself. I hope you're proud. To Germany, well, you're Germany. I can't argue. There was a bomb threat at a Vegas hotel that is owned by Donald Trump and a whole bunch of other shit. It's like, guys, let's not start the new year the way the old year was going, because that shit just does not work. And it's sad because we tend to believe that that shit works, and it really, really doesn't. And Red, I think you could agree with me that that New York City beatdown should be met with swift and absolute retribution. Those officers should be put into that jail. And those officers and nurse should all get to be a general population. I think that would be fitting to the crime, don't you think? Sorry, I'm fighting with a mint. There we go. Figured it out. There's a million pounds of news, dude, out there. The sad truth is, it keeps getting worse and worse. There's not really all that many happy, good news things out there, except, well, maybe Kate Middleton cancer free, if anybody cared. Uh, yeah, no, I'm infuriated by the way this world is. I really am. I'm infuriated by the fact that nobody could just get the fuck along. We're human. We're all the same. We believe the same. We just don't think the same, and that's totally cool. Damn. Breathing. That sucks. Picked a bad time for that, man. Wow. All right, we're good. I believe we're here. Red, how was your New Year's? If you're still here and paying attention. Yeah, don't mind me. Got a little tickle in my throat. Yeah, so guys, once again, for those of you who just showed up, welcome to the show. My name is David Mason. I am the OTPA show. We're coming up, hopefully by the end of the weekend, there should be some breaking news. I just gotta finalize everything and make sure it's okay. But guys, I'm not gonna be on too long tonight because I gotta go to work in the morning. 4:30 in the morning comes on pretty quickly. I'm sitting here. Oh, cool. Enjoyed the fireworks. I don't get to enjoy fireworks. Fireworks are not legal around here. I just have to make sure my alarms are set right now, or I'm gonna suck to go to work in the morning if I wake up at 7 o'clock. Uh, all right, son. Good. Remind me. Sorry, guys. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I love that too. People fire them off, and then they get mad when someone else says it. Who fired them off that late at night? You did, asshole. Payback's the bitch. I got a thing from Indeed. I love it too. Indeed is always sending me things. You might be a good match for this one. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be good as an orthopedic surgeon. Just saying. Don't work out like that. But yeah, so it was a pretty odd one. This year had been a bad year from a personal standpoint. Nothing horrible, just, with the death in the family. It just put a damper on the holidays and a couple other things. And hopefully we can get the OTPH show back up and flowing like we normally did. Because I do kind of feel bad about not giving you guys the show that we know that you guys deserve. We will be making an announcement. I might do it on the Facebook page. I may come on and do a quick breaking news video, but there are things that'll work behind the scenes, and hopefully that'll pan everything out for you. So, guys, I'm gonna leave you on this one. 2025 needs to be the year of just getting the fuck along. We really need to just do that. Just get along. You don't have to like it. You just got to deal with it long enough to not kill your neighbor. We need to lower these shoulders. We need to get over ourselves. We need to go back to a country that only worries about ourselves and nobody else, because that way we can't get involved in shit we don't need to. And I pull for the fact that hopefully all these conflicts around the world, I don't care if they don't affect me. It just doesn't need to happen. We are in a fast track to World War III, and I don't really want to be a part of that. I don't think this generation needs a world war. But guys, you guys are wonderful as always. I love you. I just wanted to pop on, give you a quickie, let you guys know how everything's going behind the scenes and what we're doing and how we're working and go from there. Uh, when I go, I'll make a pre-recorded video. I'll give you guys heads up. If you're not already a fan of it, go to facebook.com and search the OTPH show. You can go in live from there. I may post it there. I don't know yet. I'm just kind of torn between 21 different things. Doing 855 things all at the same time, guys. As always, we love you here at the OTPA show because without you guys, we are not the raw steel sex appeal gravy train on biscuit wheels that we know that we are. We are a blue collar grassroots organization that is going to the top because of you and nobody else. I'm going to be bouncing out of here. I got 1,012 other things to do before I can call it a night, guys. We love you here at the OTPA show. You're awesome. Just remember, be kind. I love you guys. Have a great night.